So we back. If you check my first two out, then you already know we went from Aries to Cancer. Then we went from Cancer to Scorpio. Now we're gonna finish it up, and we're gonna go from Sag to Pisces. So if you got a Pisces, if you got a Sag moon, we just finished up Scorpio. If you got a Sag moon and you're a man, right? Two things for sure. It's gonna kind of be hard for you to feel like you want to get pinned down. Why? Because you're gonna feel like life is an adventure. You're gonna want a spiritual woman for sure. You're gonna want a woman who likes to look at life as an adventure as well. So two things that you're gonna be looking for in a woman is this. You don't want no woman who's not gonna be positive. You need a woman who's gonna be positive and optimistic about shit. You don't need a woman who only sees the dark side of life, because that's not what you're here to see, man. Remember, your moon is ruled by Jupiter, in terms of the sign. So you're always thinking about going big or going home. You're not looking at somebody who's scared of life, somebody scared to do shit, somebody who's pessimistic. You're looking at somebody who's optimistic. You're looking for somebody who's able to have fun, be jovial. Somebody who you feel like you probably like to take trips with. You want to go on trips. You want to travel, have fun. Now, this is the thing. If you are a Sag Moon man, you also want a woman with some legs, man. You want a woman with some legs, man. Ass, thighs, all that good shit. So, you like all that good shit, man. That's what you're going to want. But aside from that, you want a spiritual woman. You want a woman who at least has some philosophy about why she does what she does and how she moves like she moves. Now, if you can get with her philosophy and she can get with yours, then that's a great opportunity for y'all to keep on building. And that's what that's about when it comes to Sag energy and you having a moon in Sag. Maybe your mom was a go hard type of woman. Maybe she was out there, a bigger than life type of person. Maybe she was spiritual and religious. Maybe she was a professor. Maybe she was a school teacher. Anything, right? But there's a woman who's out there and she's ambitious. That's what you get when you're a moon in Sag. That's what you seen. That's what you realize what your mom was, or that's what you felt about it. Right? So keep in mind also, in astrology, the moon is also your feminine mind as well. It's the subconscious nature. So the moon is the archetypical energy of your mom, the women around you in your domestic arena, what you like about it. And that's how your feminine energy also asserts itself. And that's what you want in a woman outside of you, because that's the domestic arena. You will be relaying that feminine side to the woman that you get with. You want a woman to act on behalf of your feminine. So keep that in mind when we're talking about these feminine signs, or we're talking about the moon, right? Now, we're talking about the moon and Sag. So like I said, you want a woman who's going to have a certain philosophy about life. Whether it's, life is a journey, grab the motherfucker by the horns, let's get it. You want all of that, right? Now, this is the funny thing. If you got your moon and Sag and you are a man, right? You also might like Amazonian type women. You might like big motherfucking women. I ain't just saying BBWs, but you might like tall women, Amazonian women. You might be that little ass nigga. You might be 5'6", nigga, but you like a woman who's 6'1", 6'2", playing volleyball type shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you want something that's larger than life. Or you might feel like you're larger than life and you need something that complements that, right? Just a little thought. Now, let's move on to it. You got the moon in Capricorn. You're going to want you a hard-working woman, whether she's younger than you or older. Now, this is the thing about Capricorn moon men. When you were younger, you probably had to work harder than the average person, man. You probably was that young motherfucker who had to, really work hard while kids are outside playing. You didn't get to work that much. Maybe because your mom worked too much or your mom was bullshitting. So your mom was bullshit, so you had to take care of your siblings. Right? So you had to work harder. You didn't have time to smile like that and have fun. Or your mom was strict as fuck. Or it could be all three of these things, right? Strict as fuck, so you didn't get to smile, play all the time like you want. So you grow up with your emotions kind of anchored, right? You grow up kind of anchored with your emotions. So you look for a woman who's a little bit serious, or you might like a woman who's older. When you get older, you might be that young nigga that like motherfucking old cougars. You know what I'm saying? You might like cougars. That's what you might like. There's nothing wrong with it, right? Or with Capricorn energy, it can go either or. You might like younger women. You might like somebody that you can mother, or you might like a young woman who's a little bit more mature. You might like that. So with Capricorn energy, either way, you want her to be a hard worker because you're a hard worker and you don't want a woman who's going to be giving you too much emotional problems. You want a woman who's mature enough to be emotionally mature so you don't have to express your emotions and emote too much. You don't want to have the Leo moon type of energy. You want a Capricorn moon type of energy, which is the type of woman that you would want to marry. You want a woman who about her business, a woman who like, look, baby, let's go get it. Look, I balance the checkbooks. Yeah, you might be dealing with a bitch who still balance the checkbooks, nigga. You be like, bitch, you balancing checkbooks? Bitch, take this debit card and we gonna go through our monthly statements at the end of the month, nigga. You over here balancing checkbooks. You know what I'm saying? You might like that old school type of love, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? You might like that shit, man. But more so than anything, Capricorn is old-fashioned. So you definitely want a woman who's old-fashioned, who's not too caught up in the ways of how these young women are acting. You want somebody who's a little bit more mature. And that's what it is. Now, keep in mind, these moon signs does not mean that you want to marry a Capricorn woman. You want a woman with those qualities, right? Same thing with a Leo. If you got a Leo moon, that does not mean that you're going to marry a Leo. You want a woman who has those qualities. That's what it means, okay? So now we go into moon in Aquarius. Now, moon in Aquarius is a little different because if you are a moon in Aquarius man, that means off the rip, your mother was a little weird, a little crazy, a little detached, or you were a little detached from her. Something in your childhood growing up made you a little detached from your mom. You may not even have the best relationship with your mom, or you may, but you didn't look at your mom as your mom too much because something didn't have you seeing your mom the way that somebody, I wouldn't say normally would, because everything that's under the sun is normal based on the zodiac, right? Because we are able to classify it. But with the moon in Aquarius, that's very unconventional to a degree. You might have had your mom where you might have called your mama by her name. Hey, Teresa. Because you don't see your mom all the time. Hey, Barbara, thanks for the lunch. Whatever. Right? All type of shit. Now, what this does is it makes you not necessarily treat women with a detached perspective, but a little bit. You know, you might like a lot of different type of women and not want to be attached to none. So you might like your women free. You might like your women who's free flowing. You might like your women who come and fuck you and chill with you for a couple of days and then you don't get to see them for a couple of days. And that's fine. And y'all are cool because that's cool and that works for y'all and it's unconventional and it's unorthodox and that's perfect because it deals with your moon, right? Your moon is your environment, your domestic arena, how you relate to women as well, right? So the moon in Aquarius man will like a woman who's a little different, a little detached, a little aloof, a little weird, a little weird. She might not dress the same. She might not dress the same way as a prissy chick. She might be the one who dressed with fucking black fingernails and a fucking top hat and fucking cowboy motherfucking boots and denims. And you cool with that. You be like, yeah, the weirder the better. Because the dude with the moon in Aquarius, he likes weird women. He wants his women to be weird, and hopefully weirder the better. Now, I get that, because I got Venus trine Uranus, and I feel that. But I have a certain degree, because mine is in Leo. So I like my women to be weird, but I want you to be a fly motherfucker. I don't want you to just be weird, nigga, walking around with fucking... We ain't gonna get into it. You know what I'm saying? But that's how it is. Now, moon in Pisces. Now, this is the thing about the moon in the Pisces. A moon in the Pisces man usually wants a woman to be everything that his mind conceives of what it could be in terms of a dream woman. Because keep in mind, Pisces is dreams. Pisces is also lies. Pisces is also delusion. It's also sickness, illnesses, all these type of things, right? Now, what happens with a guy with a moon in Pisces, you might not either had the best relationship with your mom, or there was certain things about your mom that was also unclear and weird. That you was like, oh, this can't be my mom, but it's my mom, so I got to deal with it. Which is Pisces clashing with the reality, right? Now, the moon is a subconscious watery sign, right? So when we're talking, it's a watery energy. So when we're talking about the moon in Pisces, we're talking about the subconscious going deep with Pisces. So what happens a lot of times is a guy who has moon in Pisces is looking for a woman who is he's looking for a woman who can be everything that he wishes mom was. So he wishes that his mom was this way. He wishes his mom was that way. And he's looking for the woman who can be that. Or he's looking for a woman he feels like he can save, who has great qualities and he can bring her to a certain level to be that. You know, now the thing about the moon in Pisces is this also is that you have a great heart. If you are a man with moon in Pisces, you have a big heart. And what you have to also realize is that you cannot save every woman, because that will make you feel like a martyr. Now, you may have been through certain stages like that when you were younger, but when you get older, you'll realize that, okay, maybe I can't save every woman, and I can't make every woman be what I wish she was. So I have to be content with whatever type of woman I fall in love with. And I have to just be fine with that, you know. But like I said, these things about the moon is that the moon is the type of woman that you initially want to marry. When people talk about astrology, we talk about the Venuses and we talk about the Mars and the Neptunes in terms of what you want in a woman. But there's a lot that goes into play. But one thing that's for sure that you always want to look at is going to be the moon. Why? Because the moon is the domestic arena. And when I say that in terms of when you get married or you and your girl move in together, what's going to be the first level of contact and what could be either friction or fun is going to be the moon. Now, for example, I got a moon in Aries. My girl got a moon in Libra. We have to learn to compromise in terms of living situations because we come from opposites sides of what we consider home is, because the moon is home, right? So a lot of the times when people be asking me, people will say, hey man, I'm a Cancer and my girl's an Aries, are we compatible? And I'm just like, nigga, we ain't even looking at the goddamn sun first. We're gonna look at the moon first. We're gonna look at the moon first because we're gonna see how compatible are you. You know, in terms of can you emotionally relate to somebody? That's what you look at when you look at the moon. So, like I said, when I did this series, I just wanted you to be able to find your spot and understand a little bit more about the type of women that you attract or you would want to attract, and also the type of women that you would want to live with and be with. So I hope you guys enjoyed this series. I will be putting more content out soon, man. I just been busy grinding like a motherfucker, man. So I appreciate you guys. I'ma stay touching all kinds of paper, and I ain't never gonna give a